Welcome back, students. So in the last class we have discussed about data representation. In that the number systems like binary, hexadecimal, octal number systems, their symbols and interchangeably the conversion between them we have seen. So continuing with that, next topic under discussion is binary arithmetic. So why this binary arithmetic is important? Because computers do the processing tasks. So with respect to the number processing is concerned, the computer systems uses, or what you can say, makes use of the binary numbers for arithmetic operations. Okay, so as a human being, we external world normally use the decimal number system for our, what you can say, the calculations. Okay, so but in the same way the computers makes use of binary number systems or binary group of coded numbers for their processing, arithmetic processing tasks. Okay, so let us see how these binary arithmetic operations can be carried out. So before continuing with the actual binary arithmetic, the rules applied for the decimal arithmetic, the same rules are carried forward here also. But with respect to decimal number system, we have 10 symbols for our disposal to carry out the process. But in this particular case, we have only 2 symbols for our disposal, means computer's disposal. Whatever it has to be carried out, it should be using only 2 states or 2 symbols, that is 0 and 1. Okay, so this we should keep in mind. So let us continue now. So how to perform an binary addition operation. So let us consider the number 1, 1, 0, 1. So these were the 2 numbers 1, 1, 0, 1. So these binary numbers are to be added. Okay, those are same rules. I am using the same rules as we are carrying out with the decimal number system. So here 1 and 1. Okay, so if you add these particular things, it becomes 2. Okay, but we don't have 2 symbol in our binary number system. Okay, so what we are doing is that we are making the sum as 0 and taking 1 carry from the next digit. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 0. So overall it becomes, the sum becomes 0, 1. So 0 is considered as sum and the remaining left side 1 is the carry that is being generated. Okay, so this is the addition. Now next digit, 1 plus 0 is 1 only. Then we have one more carry that is been generated previously. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Again 1 plus 1 is 0 and carry is 1. So now the total result is 1, 0, 0 in this particular case. Okay, so here in this case, this is known as AUGEND, this is ADDEND, and this is our sum in the arithmetic process. Okay, so let us define a rule now. So AUGEND, ADDEND, sum. So in this case, if AUGEND and ADDEND both are 0, the sum is 0. AUGEND is 0 and ADDEND is 1, in that case the sum is 1. AUGEND is 1, ADDEND is 0, the sum is also 1. When AUGEND is 1, ADDEND is 1, okay, sum is 0 and I will write here carry as 1. In this particular case, carries are 0. Okay, C means carry. Okay, so this is the rule we need to follow with respect to the binary arithmetic is concerned. Just remember this chart. Okay? So consider one more. 11.10 plus 01.11. So two numbers have been given, both fractional and the integer part here. So let us do the addition of these two numbers. So 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, the sum is 1 only, no carry is being generated, carry is 0. 1 and 1, both odd and argand are 1, 1. So sum is 0, carry is 1, which is to be carried to the next digit. Now 1 plus 1, both odd and addend are 1, 1. Okay? So in that case the sum is 0, carry is already generated. There is one more carry that has been previously generated here. Okay? So the sum is 0, 0 plus 1 is again 1, and whatever the carry that is being generated you take here. Now 1 plus 0 is 1 only, then 1 plus again this particular carry is 1. So sum is 0, carry is 1. So overall result is 101.01. So just remember this particular chart, and as per that you just proceed the binary arithmetic operation. So in the same way we need to perform the binary subtraction also. So the next operation in binary arithmetic is binary subtraction. So consider the numbers, two numbers, let us say 101 and minus 0, 1, 1. Okay? So as you already know, this is known as minuend. Second number is known as subtrahend. And whatever the result you get is the difference. Okay? So you need to subtract here. 1 minus 1 is 0 only. Okay? Now 0 minus 1. It cannot be performed. In decimal arithmetic what you do? You just borrow 1 from the next higher digit. So in the same way you are borrowing here. So in this case it becomes 2. In decimal number what you do? If you borrow it becomes 10. But in binary number system it becomes 2. So now 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 borrow that you have already borrowed. That is to be considered. In this case it is known as a borrow. Okay? In addition it is known as carry. Now 1 minus 1 is 0. So this is the difference here. Okay? So with respect to this, let us see the chart. So this is our minuend, this is our subtrahend, this is the difference, and last column is our borrow. Okay? So 0 minus 0 is difference is also 0, borrow is also 0. 0 minus 1. So in this particular case difference is what? 1, and borrow is also 1. Okay? Now the third option is 1 minus 0. So in this case the difference is 1, borrow is 0. And third option 1 minus 1, difference is 0 and borrow is also 0. Okay? So this is the chart you need to look for when you are carrying out the binary subtraction. So just take one more number, minus 01.11. So these are the two given numbers here. So 0 minus 1, follow this chart, 0 minus 1. So difference is 1, borrow is 1, difference is 1, borrow is 1. So again 0 minus 1. Okay. So in this case the difference is 1, borrow is 1, already you are borrowing here. So 1 minus 1, again it becomes 0, but borrow 1 in this case. Okay. Now 0 minus 1 again you need to borrow one thing, so it becomes 2. So 2 minus 2 in this case is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1 only, difference is 1. Then again carry one more, borrow is there, 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer is 0, 0.01. So this is the binary subtraction. Okay. So very simple, follow the same rule that you are applying for the decimal number system operation. Then similarly, the third binary arithmetic operation is multiplication. So consider the number 1101 into 1011. Okay. So this is known as multiplicand, and this is our multiplier. Whatever the result you get is a product. Okay. So let us follow the same procedure that we have done followed with respect to decimal number system. Take this digit and multiply with all the other multiplicands. So 1 into 1, 1. 1 into 0, 0. 1 into 1, 1. 1 into 1, 1. Second, again 1, 0, 1, 1. Third one is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Fourth one, again 1, 0, 1, 1. Right? So the same procedure you have adopted for your decimal. So in the same way. Then after doing this, just add up all the binary numbers as the rules what we have followed in the binary addition. So this is 1 as it is. So 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 0 sum. Okay. Carry is 1. Then 0 plus 0 is 0. Then 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay. Carry 1. So 1 plus 1 is 0. 1 carry. So again 0, 1. So carry 0. Carry. So this is the final answer for your, what you can say, the product. This is our final product. So these are known as intermediate products. Okay, so as simple as that. So I think this is very much clear. So quickly let us see the binary division, the last binary arithmetic. So this is also very simple with respect to our decimal division is concerned. So let us consider the number 1011, which should be divided by number 1, 1. Okay. Fine. So now in this case, we have 2 digit here. So let us consider the first 2 digit, which is lesser than this divisor. Okay. So in that particular case, in decimal number, what we do? We take the third digit also. Okay. So now this has become larger and this has become smaller. Okay. So with respect to this, what I will do in this case is that just I will do 1, Okay, so subtract. So you already know 1 minus 0, 0 minus 1, this is 1, and borrow is this, and 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, so again now in this case, whatever the remainder that is being generated, quotient that is being generated in this case, remainder that is being generated is again less than this divisor. So we will borrow 1 here. Okay, so we will consider the next one. Okay, so 1, so we have shifted here, so before that I need to add 1 0 here, right? So 1, so this is 1, 1 not 1. Okay, so again it is 1 only, so 11, so 1 minus 1 is 0, so this is 1, borrow, this is 0, 0, 0. So this is our remainder. So this is the how the problem is been solved. So the answer is 0, 1, 1 with the remainder 1, 0. Okay, so let us consider one more here. One, 4 zeros, 1, and the divisor is 1, 1, 0. Okay, so in this case, if I take these three, which is very much lesser than this one, so therefore I have to take the next digit also, therefore I will add 0. Okay, so now I will take all these 4. Okay, so now again in this case 1, 1, 0, 1s are 1, 1, 0. So let us perform the subtraction. 0, this is 1, this is 1, borrow is 1 here, so again 2 minus 2 is 0, borrow is 1, 0. Okay, so this is what the thing is. Now I will take this down after completion of this. Now it has become 0, 1, 0, 0. So again, if you consider this and this is lesser than this one. Okay, so therefore what I will do, I will add one more 0 here and I will take this also down. Okay, so now I can divide. So again 1s are 1, 1, 0. 1, so this is 1, 2 minus 2 is 0, so this is 0, this is 0. Okay, so this is the remainder that is been generated. So I cannot divide further here. Okay, so this is the last remainder that is been generated. So this is the quotient that is been generated. So in this binary arithmetic, we need to follow the same rules that we have used for the decimal arithmetic is concerned. Okay, so these are the 4 types of what you can say the binary arithmetic operations which are popularly used in this particular case. Apart from that, we have few more what you can say the concept to be discussed in this case, that is complements. So these complement numbers are exclusively used in digital systems for negative number representation. Okay, so just for your information it is. So there are 2 types of complements. One's complement, second one is 2's complement. Okay, so let us see one's complement. Okay, what exactly this one's complement is. So let us consider a binary number 101100. Okay, so this is the given binary number. You will be asked to find one's complement of this particular number. So in that particular case, what you need to do is that you need to subtract the given binary number from the largest number available in this particular digit. okay, and find the solution of that, to find the difference of that. So that itself is your ones complement. So let us see how it can be done. So this is the given number, which is the largest number in this particular digit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there were 6 digits. So largest number available in the 6 digit number is all ones. This is the largest number. Okay. Now what you do? You subtract the given number from this largest number. 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Okay. So do the subtraction operation. So 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 minus 0, 1. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 minus 0, 1. 1 minus 1, 0. So this is the obtained result itself is ones complement. Okay, is it clear? Okay. Now, what about the twos complement? So we have found the ones complement of the given number. In the same way, if you have been asked to find out the twos complement of this given number, in that case what you need to do? You need to add 1 to the least significant bit of the ones complement number that is being generated. That itself is your twos complement. Okay. So now this is the ones complement that is being generated. Now I will add 1 to the least significant of the result of the earlier subtraction. So this is 1 I have added here. So 1 plus 1 is 0. Again 0. Carry is 1. You have to add. Okay, you have to add 1. 1, 0, 1, 0. So this is your twos complement of the given number. Okay. So add to least significant bit of ones complement. Okay, is it clear? So now we have understood how to generate ones complement of the given number and twos complement of the given number. Okay. So apart from this, there is one more concept like access 3 code. One more type of special code which is known as access 3 code. Access 3 code. So this is one more type of code. Apart from ASCII and EBCDIC code, there are n number of what you can say the binary codes that are our computer uses depending on the vendor specificities. Okay. So there is one more special type of code which is called as a access 3 code. So what is this access 3 code? The name itself suggests it is access 3, excess of 3. Okay. So in this particular case, consider a decimal number 4. Okay. So this is our decimal number. For in decimal number, it is 4. Now I need to have access 3 code for this decimal number. So in order to generate an access 3 equivalent number, just I need to add 3 to the given number. Because access 3 it is. So I need to add 3. So just add it. So you get 7. So this is our access 3 code. This is the access 3 number. Okay. So in decimal number system, we call that this number as 4, but the same in access 3 code format, this 4 is nothing but 7. This is how it is access 3. Okay. So the same thing, we will write it in binary form. So let us see 4, the same number we will take. Okay, what is the 4-digit code for 4? 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, same. So you will be given this particular now binary number and you have been asked to generate the equivalent access 3 code for it. What you do? What you need to do? You need to add 3 to the whatever the given number. That itself is access 3. Okay. So now this is the binary number. You have been asked to generate an equivalent access 3 code. Access 3 code for it. Now what you do, write down the given binary number as it is, okay, and what I have told, you need to add 3 to the given number. So 4-bit binary 3 is what? 0011. So this is your 3. So this is our 4 and this is the 3 that is being added. Access 3. Now just add it. 1, 1, 1, 0, which is nothing but 7. So this is the access 3 code. Okay, so just see. So in decimal it is 4, but in access 3 format it is 7. This is what access 3 code. Okay, so such type of what you can say the questions also been asked in the examination. Okay, so apart from this, there are few more additional what you can say the questions which are based on this data representation. Just I will highlight those which will be beneficial in attempting the questions. So since we were discussing about the BIST, so a sequence of 4 bits is called as what? A sequence of 4 bits, 4 binary bits you can take. 4 binary bits is called as a nibble. Okay, which is nothing but 4-bit means which is nothing but a half byte. So half byte is called as a nibble. Similarly, a sequence of 8 binary bits is known as what? A byte. Okay. Then similarly, a sequence of 1024 bytes is known as 1 kilobyte. 1 kilobyte. Similarly, a sequence of 1024 kilobytes is known as 1 megabyte. Okay. Similarly, a sequence of 1024 megabytes is known as 1 gigabytes. So and so forth. Okay. So these are the few what you can say the technical terms in terms of data you need to remember. Okay. So these were the few points I am trying to able to convince you people to prepare for the PGCET, MCA PGCET, what you can say the entrance examination. Okay. So whatever the examples that I have taken here, so it is all based on the previous question papers and all. So please do practice these particular things, and if you have any doubt, please what you can say the query or post the query to me. So you can contact me through what you can say your email ID. So my email ID is msemmr@git.edu. So you can post the query to this particular mail ID. I will be able to help you. I hope this particular session is fruitful to you. Thank you very much.